Hi, good afternoon. So we're here today in Enderby. We're going to talk a little bit about student experiences. We're here in Enderby today for two reasons, really. Firstly, because today is the first day of our enrolment period, and secondly, because we have a number of taster courses here this afternoon and this evening for people to have a go at learning a language. So my name's Astrid, and I'm one of the German tutors that teaches in Laos, and I'm here with.
Well, indeed, my name's Peter, or as my learners call me, Professori. I teach Italian, and I actually teach out of Enderby Adult Learning Centre as well. So the good thing is I've already got one learner re-enrolled for next year's course, which shows how much benefit they get out of our classes. What about your learners?
I think I might be slightly down the league table in that I've only got one learner who's re-enrolled for next year's courses so far, but lots of my learners have told me that they're coming back, so fingers
And
crossed.
this is only day one.
It is only day one,
And
yes.
my learners they'll be year 8 next year, if you think about it, which is fantastic loyalty from them. And it just goes to show, in my view, the range of benefits that learners get coming from our courses, from the educational, want to learn a language, and it cannot be undervalued, I think, the mental well-being and learning independence of it as well. I don't know about your learners.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of my learners, they've gelled really well as a group, and that's something that they enjoy about coming to learn a language, is that social connection.
I think that they come back because of the tutor and what the tutor's facilitating, but absolutely, they become a friendship group. The friendship group, it's a hobby, but a hobby in the positive sense of the word. And if I may mention, one of my learners had a bereavement in the family and actually spoke about how she felt supported by the class as a whole, and she felt able to come back because of that reason. But that's immeasurable, apart from learning the language as well.
I mean, do you have any examples of the sorts of feedback, the sorts of things that students say about
I'm fantastic, Astrid. I don't know what feedback you get, but I'm absolutely irreplaceable. And it's joking apart, or am I joking? But joking apart, my learners have now got to the stage where we're not funded anymore by the skills funding agencies. They're paying more than your learners will be paying next year, but they still think it's worthwhile. And one of the good things which I picked up on this year was at least one or two learners said it was a pleasant change from their working life and the stress that they feel in their working life. And another learner said, I'm learning the language, it's enjoyable, but I don't feel like I'm in a classroom like I was back in the day learning a language. I don't know about yours, what sort of comments yours came out with?
So I was really, it was really lovely to read some of the feedback that students gave to me. So a lot of them talked about how they've been able to, use the language. They feel more confident.
Yes,
they've been able
absolutely.
to, order drinks and things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's true that in Italy, I don't know about Germany, but it's unusual for people to go to Italy and speak the language. The locals don't expect it because all Italians learn English as a second language, and they expect to communicate with the tourists in English. So when our learners go over there and speak Italian, they're chuffed. Our learners' confidence improves greatly, and they think, well, that's why I wanted to learn the language, to talk to the native speakers.
Absolutely. And they talk about, one of them talks about exercising an underused part of the brain. They talk about how they enjoy it.
And fighting off dementia, I think that's what you're referring to there.
That wasn't, can I just say, that's your words, not mine. That wasn't specifically what they said, but joking aside, there have been scientific studies prove that learning a language is good for that.
Yeah, I do focus on that because I'm much older than you, Astrid. Okay, and if I forget what I've said 2 minutes ago, I think it's because the dementia. We shouldn't joke about that. But it's quite true. It's quite true. It kicks in different parts of the brain, and that's another benefit of why they come to us. And I've even had people come because they want to come with their partner or their family member because it's not a common opportunity to learn something with another member of your family. That's not easily done in certain circumstances. So the fact that I've got more than, I think I've got 2 or 3 couples on my course who come because they're learning something together.
Yeah, I have a married couple as well, and their son lives in Germany, so obviously that's
Fantastic.
very strong
Yeah,
motivation
fantastic.
for them
Yeah.
to want to.
Yes, there's the family aspect of, well, one of my learners who misses a lot but comes back because he knows the benefit even when he can't make it because of work. I think his in-laws, if I'm not mistaken, are from Naples, and so he immediately takes the language that he learns with us, uses it how he wants in that environment.
And some of them don't just talk about learning the language either, it's about the cultural aspects.
Yeah, absolutely. Food and drink, that's what we're talking about there, aren't we? Let's be honest.
A little bit of that. I don't just do food and drink.
No, I'm talking from the Italian perspective now. It's all about food and
I quite like to start some of my classes with like somebody whose birthday it is that week, or a bit of German music, that kind of thing as well.
I visited a class the other day, and the Italian tutor, part of my role is to class visit, and the Italian tutor was giving all of their learners their Saints' Day in Italy, because there's St. Peter's Day, and it's that's that cultural aspect that also our courses offer, which you probably can't get through other sort of ways of learning the language online and that sort of thing.
Well, we should probably mention at this point that coming up in the autumn term, we've got we've called them culture club.
Absolutely.
So we've got a French culture club, a German culture club, Italian culture club, and a Spanish culture club. And they're happening last week of October and then into November as well.
She's good with the knowledge, isn't she? Fantastic. Quite right. Focusing not just on the language, but as you say, the culture, the geography, the history of the language.
So for people who are not necessarily wanting to learn the language, but who are interested in finding out more about French wine, Italian wine,
I told you it was
German Christmas markets.
I told you it was food and drink, didn't I? Absolutely. Thank you very much. We hope to see you in September.